Welcome to the regular board meeting, Wednesday, October 11, 2017, Village of Norridge. I call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
President Chmura.
Here.
Clerk Budnick. Absent. Trustee Kucharski.
Here.
Trustee Felagario.
Here.
Trustee Gregorio.
Here.
Trustee Solomowski.
Present.
Trustee Gelsomino.
Here.
Trustee Tannhauser.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve and adopt the minutes of the regular meeting.
So moved, Mr. President.
Second?
Can I finish the motion?
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
I mean, the Cubs are losing 5-0.
Well, that's okay. We'll grind our beer later.
We should have tried later. Right? Okay, we'll try this again. Motion to approve and adopt the minutes of the regular meeting of September 27, 2017, as presented and published, and that they may be made part of the record hereof.
So moved, Mr. President.
First, Trustee Solomowski.
Second?
Second, Trustee Tannhauser. Vote, please. 6-0, motion carries. Thank you. President's report. For some of you who are new at this meeting, we don't normally have this type of security here. Okay. I mean, there's troubled times in the world, we do know that, but they're here to support one of their fellow officers on an award and everything. So, but we're glad to have them here anyway. Thank you. Committee reports. Let's go into finance, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Are there any questions or modifications to my agenda? Hearing none, I'd like to make a motion to accept the consent agenda A through K as presented.
Second.
First motion, Gregorio. Second, Kucharski. Vote, please. 6-0, motion carries.
That is all I have, Mr. President.
Law, Ordinance, and Economic Development. Trustee Felagario.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under discussion, I don't have anything to report. But on consent agenda, I have an item here, as you can read. It was approved by the Architecture Review Board and also by the Zoning Board. So my recommendation is to approve it as it's noted.
Okay, motion.
Motion.
Second.
Trustee Federer, approve it. Second by Trustee Gelsomino. Vote, please. 6-0, motion carries.
And that is all I have.
Okay. We go past number 3, cell phones. We go right into police. Trustee Kucharski.
Yes, sir. In discussions, I am very proud that I have to read our honorable mentions for Auxiliary Officer Sarah Cvikota, as well as Officer Jamie Roman. On August 12, 2017, at approximately 17:30 hours, a vehicle pulled alongside Auxiliary Officer Cvikota and Roman, who were participating in a parade ceremony eastbound on Foster Avenue from Cumberland Avenue. The female driver of the vehicle indicated that a passenger in a vehicle traveling eastbound Foster Avenue in front of Cvikota, I'll get it, and Roman had just robbed the woman of her purse. Officer Cvikota and Roman pulled behind the vehicle in question and followed it for several blocks as it traveled through Norridge. The officers communicated through radio dispatchers and nature of the call and their location to other units. At the 8,000 block of Strong, the officers activated their emergency lights and curbed the vehicle. The officers were able to detain the vehicle and subjects until backup units arrived. A subject in the vehicle was later positively identified and charged with felony burglary to motor vehicle. I would like to commend Officer Roman for his professional as well as Officer Cvikota. So unfortunately, they are not here, but it is still an honor to read about all their good things.
Thank you.
Now, I also have another one. This is for Officer Anita Sasiadek. Sasiadek. I'll get it. At approximately 1,645 hours on July 25th, 2017, Officer Anita Sasiadek was in the lookout for a green Buick vehicle involved in an attempted bank robbery at the Byline Bank in Harwood Heights. Sasiadek observed the vehicle southbound on Cumberland Avenue. Sasiadek radioed. She had the vehicle and was able to conduct a traffic stop on the vehicle. Through verbal commands, Sasiadek was peacefully able to gain control of the driver and safely placed him into custody. Harwood Heights arrived on the scene and took custody of the subject for investigation. It is our pleasure to commend Officer Sasiadek for her professionalism, attention to duty, and excellence response. The kind of work this reflects the training standards and high ideals of the Norridge Police Department. Please beautiful. Thank you.
Congratulations, nice job. And she also gets, we have award ribbons that we present to our officers when for a commendation that they can wear on their uniform. Congratulations again, nice job, well done.
Thank you.
Here, Anita, come
You gotta take some pictures.
Smile. Thank you.
Sure, come on up, guys and ladies. Anita, you can, Bianca, you can come up as well. You're a member of our department.
What's this?
You're in the middle. You're person of honor. You're the person of honor.
Huh? No.
Sorry. Lift the feet up, Dave. Dave, lift your feet up. Jump in there, jump in there. Let the tape in there. Beautiful. Thank you, gentlemen.
Now on my consent agenda, except I have a letter dated September 28, 2017 from Police Chief David Disselhorst informing the village board that Thomas Wysocki, 6115 West Cornelia Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, has satisfactorily completed his 18-month probationary period on September 15, 2017 as a probationary police officer and approved the chief's recommendation that Thomas Wysocki be appointed a full-time police officer at an annual salary of $63,891.42, retroactive to September 16, 2017.
Motion, trustee Kucharski?
Second.
No, you have to
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I have to appoint,
Yes.
okay. I appoint Thomas Wysocki, a full-time police officer, at an annual salary of $63,891.42, retroactive to September 16, 2017.
I concur with the president's appointment.
Second.
First, Kucharski, second Gregorio, vote please. 6-0, motion carries.
That is all, sir.
Ursula, I think tonight you get a nice glass of wine to practice your Polish.
Well, I don't know, was that really Polish or maybe another?
Sasiadek, yeah, if that ain't Polish, then we got a problem.
Well, it didn't have the SKI.
Jack,
It's called Sasiadek.
Okay,
Sasiadek, yeah.
What, was that Polish?
Sasiadek.
Yeah.
So Sasiadek, you told me the wrong thing. He doesn't know.
so, Jack, about an hour.
I take the heat, that's right. She's my committee chairman, it's my fault.
Jack, in about an hour, we'll go to Ursula's house. You can have a beer, she'll have one in the
So
work.
sad. Sasha.
Okay, 5 is, we have nothing. 6, Public Works, trustee Tannhauser.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have nothing under discussion. Under item B, consent agendas, I have A and B. If there are no questions or modifications, I'd like to make a motion.
Motion trustee Tannhauser.
Second.
Second trustee Solimowski. Roll please. 6-0. Motion carries.
That's it, Mr. President.
Okay, sitting in for Village Clerk Budnick is Joanna Scoopin. So what do you have there, Joanna?
The Boy Scout troop will have their 6th annual craft and vendor fair on Sunday, October 15th from 9 to 3 at Our Lady Mother of the Church, 8747 West Lawrence Avenue. The admission is free. And we will have something new that we've never had before. The Village of Norridge will have a historical museum open house. So it'll be both the History Museum and the Veterans Museum. And that will take place on Saturday, October 28th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We have a special guest, Chuck Shaden. He's the host of Those Were the Days. That's how most people associate him with. Also a longtime Norridge resident. So he will be there giving a short speech, as well as the village historian, Rich Massaro. He will give a short presentation at 10:30. All are welcome to attend.
Okay. Thank you, Joanna. At this point, do we have any comments from the public? Okay, if we don't, I'll ask for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
And trustee Gelsomino, second, trustee Gregorio. Roll please. 6-0, motion carries.